Hello, push the little faces.
Oh my God.
Inviting go.
Where is he? What's his name?
Catch and go.
Catch and go?
Well, it's and go, yeah. There we go.
Right here. Oh, I got it.
Everybody. I invited Engo. I'm doing this from my phone because as you...
We are good.
Hey,
Tiny.
can you only see my head?
Yeah. So you just tilt it down.
What's that, tilted down?
Yeah.
I have my professional...
There you go.
Or can you just move back?
Yeah.
Because I don't want this to fall and crash.
Put a rubber mat up.
Or does this work better?
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's it.
Does
That's
that
perfect.
work?
That's perfect. Perfect.
Oh, look at that.
Not the best flattering angle. I'm kidding.
All right, we'll just put this in front of it then. So it doesn't, if it falls then.
It's not gonna fall.
I only have one device left. I've shattered the other. Okay. So not the best angle, but I feel like, it's okay.
It's perfect.
All right. All of
It's great.
perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
Hi.
So we'll jump. Welcome guys to our weekly Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time Instagram Live. We're happy to have you with us. So we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna do a glute and core workout. Okay, we're not trying to kill it. We're just doing 15 minutes, show you some tips that will help you get through some pain or some issues that you may have. Okay. All right. So go ahead.
Time addressing the questions because
Exactly. So some of the workout, some of the movement, some of the exercise we're gonna incorporate into this workout will address some of the questions we have, and then we're gonna do a Q&A right afterwards.
Yeah,
Okay.
and thank you all ahead of time for all the questions that you sent in. I really appreciate that, and we're going to try to continue to address all of them.
Perfect. So we'll start on. We're going to start with glute work. So we're going to lay. So Brooke, you're going to be on your side,
Okay.
and you can if you're watching, you can do this with a band or without a band. So you lay on your side, and we're doing raises.
And if you did it with a band, do you just do a light band around each ankle?
A light band, yeah, perfect. Because
Okay.
you don't
And are
want
your
to
hips stacked?
strain to try to get, you want to keep your body in line. So you don't want to break at the hip. So
Okay.
keep everything in line and go straight down and up.
So does that stop it from going into your lower back? Because everything hurts my lower back.
Well, if you keep your body straight without breaking at the hip,
Okay.
that's the key. Even if you have your leg this high, it would go
Okay.
into your
Is it
glute.
good to brace here?
Yeah, brace for balance if you need to, or you can have your hands at the hip to control how high your leg goes.
And to keep it out of your lower back, I try to tighten my stomach muscles as
Always.
possible.
Always. Yep.
I like to think of it as sucking my belly button to hit my spinal cord.
All right, so we're gonna switch sides and I'll address that.
Okay.
So the way to a question that someone asked was a way to brace or a way to engage your core or your abs is to imagine that someone was going to, either, kind of like hit you in your stomach. The way you would brace to protect yourself, that's the way you engage your abs. Because you want to think of it as wearing, literally like a brace
Okay.
around your midsection. Okay? That's how you brace. So you squeeze to protect it, and that's how you brace your abs.
And
Good. So let's do 10 on that side.
if this hurts your knee, because like my knee
Mm-hmm.
that I've got to get replaced is at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a brace on it, so it's okay. But to try to not put pressure on it, I'm trying to, I don't know, like tighten everything else around it. Is that, I feel like the tighter my stomach is, the tighter I sort of grip everything, the more the compromised areas don't hurt.
Yeah. So lay on your stomach, and we're gonna do. You're gonna raise. So you can lay flat,
Okay.
and we're gonna raise like that.
Can't really speak. I don't
Yeah.
really see me.
I can see you. Oh,
Okay.
you can go at an angle like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go on an
Perfect.
angle.
Yep.
Because it's so graceful. I'm so graceful. God. Okay.
So let's do the left leg first. Yeah. So the goal here is to think about pulling, like squeezing your glutes and bringing the leg up with your glutes, not just kicking the leg up. Kicking the leg up is how it goes and bothers. It goes into your back and bothers your lower back. So you want
So
to keep that. So it's not a big movement. It's just a very small. It's a very small movement, probably like 4 inches max.
okay, I think that's an important thing because before
Yeah,
when I was
it's
doing that
not.
like this, it really hurts my lower back.
Yeah.
So
So you're not trying, it's not about trying to get your leg as high as you can. It's about squeezing the muscle, engaging the muscle, teaching it to activate, and have it be what, makes the leg move and not the and not just kicking the leg up.
okay, so it looks like
Yeah.
it's not easy, but like
It's a tough exercise to execute. You have to just squeeze up. Squeeze up. Good.
and also
Switch.
I know this sounds weird, but my stomach, I'm having to tighten my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'll arch up and it goes right into my back, and I have a really bad
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
Good.
think some
Switch.
people
Switch.
aren't used to doing
Good.
exercise. Can you see that? It's almost as if you just tighten your butt, and the tightening
Mm-hmm.
of your butt raises your foot.
Yeah. That's the key.
So it's not a leg lift as much as it's a butt squeeze. Because if I were to think of leg lift, I would think of this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if I think of squeezing my butt first, tightening my stomach, and just raising it a little bit, it's kind of amazing how much it goes into here.
And like I said, it's a very small movement. It's not a big, movement. All right, perfect. So we're gonna lay on our stomach. I mean, lay on your back.
Oh, was it nap time again? I love this time.
Yeah,
I love nap time. Okay. Lay on my
good.
back.
Lay on your stomach, and then you'll have your arms up this way,
Okay. I'll go a little bit farther away.
or have your palms facing each other. Another small movement. So your lower back stays on the floor, doesn't come off the floor, and you're reaching for the ceiling. Reach, reach. Good.
I think
So
I'm
you
just
come down, you come down, bring your arms, so you want to come all the way down. Good. Now bring your arms straighter, so it's like so so your arms are right by your ears. Come down more, bring them forward. Right there. Too far. Bring them back. Right there. Right there. Good. And then reach. Exactly. So down and reach. Yeah. So use the muscles in your abs to squeeze up. Good. Squeeze up. Squeeze up. So you want to inhale when you're down. Exhale as you squeeze up. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Always breathe. Don't hold your breath. Inhale. exhale. 3 more. Down, inhale, exhale, down, inhale, exhale. Good. One more. Inhale, exhale. Good. All right. And
I sort
then,
of think of it as keeping my rib cage down, but if I had like two like pencils and I was just trying to get my two pencils to draw something on a piece of paper, like so that I don't put it into my neck or my back, but I'm lifting from here like that,
yeah.
right?
You know, the key is to think about squeezing from your abs and not throwing your body up. It's about focusing on the muscle that you're working. Okay, so we're gonna go back on. So go on your back one more time,
Okay.
and you have the legs up, hands down for balance, and just another small movement. Reach. Bring the hips up.
Okay.
Good.
Now, are there modifications of this if you don't have strong abs at all and without it going into your back?
Well, because you're laying flat, this and your legs are straight up, it's not going to go into your back at all. Like these are exercises specifically that are, designed not to touch your back at all. So you don't swing the leg, and that's the key thing. Your leg doesn't swing. It just goes straight up.
Okay.
Just goes straight up and down.
And it's small?
Straight up. It's just very small. Like it just about 2 inches. That's it. That's
Ooh,
it.
that's hard.
That's
Ooh,
it.
ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're literally, all you're doing is just picking your hip off the floor. And you see, if you do it right, it won't go in your back because your lower back is on the floor flat.
And I'm using this as leverage, but I'm pushing a little bit on it. Is that okay?
That's fine. And you want to have balance. You want to have balance so your legs don't swing.
Oh, this is much more lower abs, right?
Yeah.
Lower abdominals. After
Good. So don't swing at all. And also, even the process of trying to do it engages your lower abs. So even if you can't come up, just the process of trying to bring it up, trying to do the movement forces your lower abs to engage to go up.
Okay.
2 more. Good. 1 more. Good. All right. So good. So that's 1 round. So we'll do 1 more round of the whole sequence. So we'll go back on the side and do the raise.
Okay. And what, like, for
Good.
people that like to count, I don't like to count because I like to just do things until I start to feel them or until they start hurting somewhere else, and then I know I've got to stop. But for people that like to count, what would you say?
I would say 12 to 15. And the reason I like for people, you're different from most other people. You've been doing this for so long. The reason I like to have people count is because it keeps you present. When you're just going till, if you're not, you're connected to your body already. A lot of people are not. So if people are just moving without counting, they can go into, their to-do list or something else they need to do for the day.
Okay.
And don't pay attention.
But
Yeah, so switch and not paying attention to exactly what they're doing.
Okay. And if you feel like it, is it okay to bend this bottom leg?
Sure, it doesn't impact the movement.
Okay, and my
The leg that's going
flexed, right?
down is the. Say that one more time.
My foot is flexed.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you bend the leg on the floor, you want to still keep that leg, the leg that's going up and down in line with your body. You want to keep it a straight line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Starting at your hips.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm amazed at how small
Small
these movements
movement.
are. And yet,
Good. Let's get 5 more. Yeah.
Firm. And try not to sink into your other elbow, your shoulder.
Yeah. Good. And then we'll go on your stomach
So
and do the
instead of
lifts.
doing this, which sometimes you can do, can hurt your neck,
Mm-hmm.
I try to make sure I keep this straight, and then.
And you can also go all the way down to here.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you can go all the way down, so there's no pressure at all in the shoulder.
Anywhere.
So you can go, you can lay flat on the side and then raise.
And
Like
I think
that.
for people that haven't even done any exercise,
Mm-hmm.
even if you just do these little teeny movements, you'll feel them later.
Yeah.
Okay, what am
So
I doing?
go on your stomach.
Oh, my stomach.
So
Okay.
on your stomach, and then we're doing
Oh,
the raise in the stomach.
the raise.
Yeah. So 2 to 3. Yeah. That's too big. Just a couple of inches. Good.
All right.
Squeeze it up. Good. Squeeze. There you go. Squeeze it up. Focus on the muscle. Focus on squeezing the muscle. Yep. Small movements. There you go. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good. Let's get 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. All right. Let's switch.
I'm going to switch to the other side.
All right. Perfect.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Yeah, I think it's important to realize how small these movements are. So it's not even like you're working out. It's like, I don't think of my foot or my leg. I think of tightening my butt.
Yeah.
And then when you squeeze your butt, your leg will lift.
Exactly. And it doesn't take a big sweep for it to tighten it and squeeze it.
But for my back
Just
not
a
to
little.
hurt, I have to keep my stomach, like I'm engaging that. I'm trying to put my belly button to my back as well again. Like I'm trying to do it all because my back hurts all the time.
Good. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. All right. And then go on your back, and we're going to do the crunches with the arms in front of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see?
Slide down a little bit so we can see your face. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, tight quarters.
I think I can kick me off because of my technological prowess. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Good. Palms together. Good. Squeeze the abs. Good. Squeeze. There you go. So come all the way down and then squeeze up. So pick a point in the ceiling. Keep your eyes there and just go down and up. Yep.
Okay. You're nice.
Good. So you're not using your arms at all. You're not using your head at all. You're not tilting your neck or your chin. Good. Squeeze. There you go. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. All right, then slide back up.
Modification to do where you just keep your arms here and you just lift up. Is that?
Well, you can, but it doesn't. The thing to remember is, anybody that can get out of bed can do a crunch.
Yeah.
So it's about figuring out how much squeeze you can get out of the muscle. Okay,
Right.
if people stop thinking about throwing their bodies up,
yeah,
then anybody can. You don't need a modification for these exercises because it's about the muscle, not about getting your body up.
Okay.
You understand what I mean? So it's about just squeezing. So it doesn't have to be coming up high. It could be 2 inches.
It's
and
like
mince,
wringing
but just
a washcloth.
squeezing. Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't think of it as like lifting up a heavy something, because if I do that, my quads or my back will do it. But I think of like wringing out a bathing suit or wringing out
Mhm.
a wash towel or something. What was the third one on my?
So you're on your back and you have the legs up,
Okay.
and we're just lifting.
Okay.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. So
And
the
see,
legs. So no swing in the legs. Yep. Sticking the hips up. There you go.
this is really hard.
Good. It doesn't look hard, but it's hard. It's
It's
one
really hard.
exercise that uses, because you don't use anything else but your lower abs.
And you don't rock. Like,
No.
it's
So
the opposite of that.
you
With
don't use
that.
momentum from your legs. You don't use your upper abs. It's strictly lower abs, and it takes your lower back out of it completely.
It's like a centimeter, though. It's not, right?
Yeah.
I
It's a
mean,
very small movement, but it works. Like, you feel it right away. Good. Let's get 5 more and then we're done. 1, 2, 3.
swing.
Good. Fight the swing. Good. Fight it.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Wow.
Good. These are the small movements that really get your body, now we only see like from
I
the
know.
nose up.
I'm going to sit on something. My daughter's not here to make fun of me. I'm just going to sit because we're going to talk now, right? For a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
You
So I'll
should
grab
see
the question.
I had that smash during last week's step session. And I was bleeding. Like, it obliterated. It obliterated it. All right. So
I'll pull up the questions.
I think we did kind of cover, are there any lower back ab exercises that will hurt your lower back?
Yeah.
If your knees are bent and your lower back is on the ground, I think, isn't that a good way to protect your lower back?
You're talking about being in this position.
Just so your lower back is on the ground.
Yeah, as long as you have your lower back on the floor,
Okay.
it's protected.
Okay.
So the goal is to find exercises where your lower back is on the floor.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Or on the surface that you're working on. Another one, another exercise that's great for that is the boat pose, which is holding like that.
Yeah, but if you don't have strong abs, you can't. It's to
you
me.
can have your heel down.
Okay.
So this is the modification. So you need to have it up, or once you put it down, this helps you. It's still challenging to be in this position.
Right.
Okay. So that's a modification. That's another movement that will help your lower abs. A plank will also help.
I think that the more you know when you do a movement, you know when it starts to get to a bad hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I always try to stop before I even get to that, because clearly I'm not strong enough to go up to a stronger movement, right?
Yeah.
But if I just do it until I feel activation, and then that's enough. Like, it can be teeny. I mean, when I first started doing those 300s where your feet are up and I couldn't do them at all without swinging my legs back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The key thing is, and it takes time to learn, like, the difference between muscle fatigue and discomfort.
Right.
If something doesn't feel good, and with time you'll know the difference between, oh, my muscles are tired and this just doesn't feel good, like I feel like I'm going to hurt myself. Once you start to get that feeling, stop.
Right.
It's not worth figuring out you're going to.
Um, I yeah, I think that was,
You know,
yeah, that was a big thing for me.
yeah.
Just realizing that it was about my capacity at that time and
Hmm.
hitting that limit, and then that was very different than everybody else. But
Yeah.
then it was just in small increments, and then I didn't feel like I was failing.
Yeah.
Um, what do you?
And it's not and it's not a competition. It's
You
not a
always say
competition.
that. But I compete with myself.
It's and that's when once you start to compete, that's when injuries happen. This is a process. It's a process. It's a lifelong process, and if patience is applied to it, then you can get to the next. Then you can grow. But if you're trying to say, I should be here. I have to get this in a week. I have to, I should, I must. That's when injuries and bad things happen.
Well, then,
You know,
so I think a lot of people
well, that's
don't,
better.
like, they'll get excited about doing an exercise routine, but they'll go gung ho and they will have gone from not doing anything or
Hmm.
around or sitting at a desk or whatever, and then get energy, and then all of a sudden in a week you're hurt.
Exactly. Trying to go to 1,000, from 0 to 1,000 overnight.
What
You
if I
know.
wanted to just burn fat and then, but it didn't, like I didn't have a lot of time, or what exercises the burn fat? Because that was a big question that we got.
Well, think about things that'll get your heart rate up.
Okay.
Okay, there's simple things like holding a plank. If you don't, if you have, bad back, bad knees, joints that hurt, you can do isometric holds. Isometric holds are, for example, you can hold a plank. You can do a wall sit. A wall sit is basically sitting, being in like a little mini squat position and holding it.
Yeah, we
You can
see
hold, you
arms.
know, you you can hold just be in the squat position and hold, or be in this, put your back against the wall and
Mm-hmm.
hold. Just holds. These fire up your heart rate and
Okay.
help you burn calories. Or little things like marching in place.
Yeah.
These that helps get your heart rate up. So just
Dancing.
doing things that get your heart rate up will
Dancing.
help you burn calories. Dancing, yeah.
Okay. There's another question. What exercises help with balance?
There's so many exercises that help with balance. One that anyone can do is just single leg work. Any kind of single leg work will help.
Like
So,
what?
so for example, if you're, just stand and just do that. You just pick one leg off, hold, and then try to touch your toe,
Nope.
and then put down. So little, like, it doesn't have to be extreme. Like, you don't have to stand on a ball. You don't have to stand on a ball to work on your balance.
But I
Simple,
think that without a core,
standing on one leg.
but I think without your core being strong, like whenever I need to, before I started even doing any of this, when I had my knee surgery,
Hmm.
I it was just my abs that he worked on because I needed back procedures.
Hmm.
So then you know what I mean? We just worked on my abs, which I think it's a combination of, like, because abs seem to me, whenever I feel like I'm off balance, if I just tighten my abs, I kind of right myself. Because
Yeah.
I've had knees and, like, ankles and things, so I've got to rely on my core.
You got to have core for overall balance. But if someone's talking about, um, single, standing on one leg or single side balance, these are things that that you can work on as well.
A
But
little.
always, but having a strong core is the foundation for anything and
Okay. Um, so does one person ask, because we keep talking about engaging and activating,
of course, of course.
how do you translate, how do you say that to someone that doesn't understand necessarily what that means?
How to engage their abs?
Yeah, what does that mean? Like,
Well, it's about bracing. So I like to explain it as like if somebody were to punch you in your stomach,
okay.
how do you protect yourself? That that thing you do, yeah. So just like that, that thing you do to protect yourself is how you engage your stomach, engage the muscles in your abs.
Well, haven't you ever been scared and someone startles you and you go like this, and then all of a sudden like you realize you feel like your abs hurt.
Hmm. But you
Wow.
want the
Right.
person to be aware.
Okay.
When you get scared and you react, you're not aware. It's like a reflex. You want the person to be aware so they can do it again.
Got it.
So that's how you teach yourself, okay, if I'm going to bend over to pick something up, how do I engage my abs? Think about someone trying to punch me in my stomach, squeeze, reach over and pick up because that'll protect your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you try to just walk around, like forget exercise and just walk around trying to tense up your stomach
Hmm.
and engage it, you'll be exhausted by that, which is
Oh,
great.
yeah. And the key thing is to be able to do that, but relax everything else. Tense up your abs, but relax everything else.
That takes a while.
Yeah, yeah,
All right, so a lot of moms are asking how you tighten your tummy.
yeah.
Are there like
Well, we did a few of the exercises that do. You can either do exercise like we did, the crunches, just small movements that are really focused and targeted, where it's not just about swinging your body up. And so you focus on squeezing the top, squeezing the lower, and then the obliques, which are the sides. So you can do twisting movements, but these are all ways to actively really like think about what you're doing and squeeze and get the repetitions in that will help you tighten and think about getting them stronger. Getting them stronger will protect your back and then help them look better.
sometimes I'll sit on like a ledge and I'll
Hmm.
just raise one hip, but I concentrate right here,
Hmm.
and that always makes me feel good because it feels like it protects my back.
Yeah. Even sitting on that ball, even sitting on that ball and just kind of rolling side to side will
Yeah, I can't,
force you to,
but
yeah, will force you to use your ab muscles, and it'll tighten up your abs too.
yeah. God.
Yeah.
Okay. I do a lot of my butt and leg exercises on this because I have to just have cushion under my knees.
Hmm.
So if someone has bad knees, is it just important to use a cushion or
Protection,
protection? Okay.
protection, 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 protection. Sometimes it may be so bad that you can't even put any pressure on your knees. Like the work we did today, none of it put your knee on the ground.
Right.
And I did that intentionally because you have days where they just hurt too much. So we just don't put your knees on any surface
Mm-hmm.
because just touching them sometimes hurts. So if that's the case, then you do some of the exercise we did today where no pressure is on the knees at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So avoid that because it's okay. Yeah. All right. The last three
Hmm.
asking they want to tone their arms but not put on muscle. What is that myth of light weights, many reps, heavy weights, fewer reps. What's the truth about that?
Well, what works for me, the program I use is lighter weights, more reps.
Okay.
Because
What is
go ahead.
what does that do?
It builds leaner muscles because it's more cardiovascular than it is, because if you think about it, if you lift heavier stuff, your body builds muscle as a response to, like as adaptation, right? So if you're lifting something heavy, your body builds more muscle because it wants to move that heavy object.
Right.
So if you're doing lighter weights but more repetitions, it still builds muscle, but it doesn't build big muscles. So this is a way to tone your body without getting big and muscular.
Right. So
So
that's what I like.
lighter weight, higher repetition.
Like we were taking, if you don't have weights, you just use books or
A
a bottle
bottle
of
of
wine.
water, exactly. Or
And then
a
drink it out.
bottle of wine, exactly.
I mean, listen, I like alcohol. I do. And during this quarantine time, giving it up has not been a goal of mine. But doing this kind of exercise 4 times a week at least allows me to have that tequila at night or
Yeah.
or whatever time. You know what I mean? Like I can't. This is stressful, to everybody, and
Yeah, you have to live,
yeah, but it's finding like a balance. Like the goals that I set. Somebody asked, "What kind of fitness goals do you set?" And honestly, my fitness goals are to not have pain.
Mm.
I mean, I'm in pain all the time. I just destroyed my body as when I was younger, and so like to me, anything that I can do, it's gone past like vanity or having to get ready for a job, and it's just like I just need to not have pain. And if I need to not have pain in my back, I have to work my abs. I have to work all the muscles around my knee because I'm going to have to get it fully replaced. So it's like I have to set goals that are, making sure I pay attention to my body in some way 3 to 4 times a week, but not as if it's like I have to work out. Because to me, it's almost like it's not working out. It's just squeezing your muscles, squeezing your muscles, squeezing your muscles. And I didn't start to see any shape change in my body until I was in PT. Well, until I met you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like I feel that it's about being healthy.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Okay. Whatever you want to do, whatever anybody wants to do should start from a foundation of health. That is a way to prevent injuries and damage to the body.
So let me ask you this: if this is like a bad way to do it, because I never really go too crazy, but like I don't like this same way I don't like counting. I don't like being denied things. Like if you tell me you can't have that, I'm gonna want it more. So and that's just my little stubborn kid inside my head. But like I'll try to be cognizant and smart throughout the week, and then I let myself go. But I'm not having pizza or bread or ice cream every night. But I'll say to myself, okay, on the weekend, I'm going to allow myself to have whatever, so that I'm looking forward to something and I'm kind of delayed gratification. But like food wise, I mean, what would you say? Like, how do you address when you're training people? How do you address food? Because it's like 80% of getting in shape is food.
Of course. I mean, but I believe everything in moderation. I never say unless you're you're training to be to look a certain way for a role, or if you're going to be on the red carpet and you want to look a certain way, you got to fit a certain dress. That's a totally different thing. In life, it's about moderation. You want to have enough proteins in your diet, enough carbs in your diet for energy, enough fats in your diet. and everything in moderation keeps you healthy, both mentally and physically. And that's the goal for
Yeah.
me with my clients. It's about moderation. Okay, so not going too much, not going too hard in one direction and neglecting another side.
Right. And also there's things, I mean, all the damage I did to my body was done on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing 8 shows a week in 6 different shows, practically one after the other. And I made a little break in between, and I just pounded on my back. I rode horses when I was younger and multiple times fell. And I've got deteriorated, discs and stuff like that. So there are even certain foods that I'm trying to research what helps with all that. Like, I know I need greens and I know I need protein. And my household is like meat and cheese with a side of meat and cheese. Like, literally, I've said that before, but it's amazing how they how much they want to eat bad food. But I have to try to balance it, like you said,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about getting enough of protein, enough carbs, enough fats.
What is
What I said. What about?
What does alkaline your body mean? Does that mean like keeping your body at where it's balanced alkaline wise?
Well, it's lowering the acidity of your body.
Okay.
And the biggest way to do this is hydration, water.
Okay. I need to do
Okay, that drinking water, evens out your pH level. Okay.
Any water?
Water, just regular water.
Okay.
Regular water.
We've taken more than 15 minutes.
I know. A big, the last thing I want to say before we go is another important thing is not to eat late at night. Once your body starts to slow down and your metabolism starts to slow down for the day, start to cut the amount of calories you take in. Get most of your calories breakfast, lunch. Eat, keep track of eating late at night. That is one way to number one, be healthier, give your body enough time to digest the food before you go to sleep, before you wake up in the morning for the next meal, breakfast. Just be kinder to your body, is the way I see it. But I think we are, I think we've answered all the questions, and we did a workout, answer questions.
Next time, maybe we can also talk about nutrition and vitamins, and I'm gonna look up alkaline. I don't know before, but my sister used to drink apple cider vinegar every morning, and it was supposed to keep her body alkaline. So I think I have to read a little bit of that, all of that, and make sure.
I also got a question from a lady who wants to talk about Achilles tendon issues, calf issues. So we'll address that at our next live.
Okay.
So save it to the IGTV, and you can go back and watch it on the IGTV if you miss it today, if your friends miss it. Say that again.
And then it asks me.
If what?
Do I end it and then it asks me?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Get my glasses on.
There you
my
go.
glasses broke, and I can't get them fixed because nobody's open, and so I.
Oh, you're right.
Look a little. There we go.
All right. So hit the X, and then it'll tell you to save it to IGTV.
Okay. I'm just gonna hit the end. Thank you all. Okay.
Thank you, guys. See you next Wednesday.
Do this right. Okay. End. Are you sure you want to end? Okay. End.